This project was new departure to the another world.
I could think globally.
Be outside of just the boredom and repetitive life.
And I think we all have a huge potential of changing and bringing about that change to the society.
COVID-19, the worst disaster of the 21st century that hit the world. The social problems caused by COVID-19 are destroying our daily lives. Amongst all the social problems, we have focused on 3. Children's education and care are facing new issues due to the spread of COVID-19. Online remote classes that were intended to protect children have created a blind spot in childcare. Because students are placed in diverse educational environments, remote classes have deepened the educational gap among students based on their computer retention and internet penetration rates. The whole world is currently suffering from garbage. As the culture of digital communication spread, the use of disposable plastic exploded. The eased regulations on the use of disposable products to minimize the spread of the virus also prompted the garbage crisis. The Corona Blues, our daily uninvited guest. Many people all over the world suffer from mental illnesses, such as depression due to COVID-19. Studies show that about half of young people, especially those between the ages of 18 and 29, have experienced the Corona Blues.
As everybody knows, the COVID-19 situation is getting serious and serious throughout the world. It's pandemic. We need to focus on think global, act local. What can we do?
Global Happy Innovator Project 2020 was created by Sunnies from Korea, China, and Vietnam, who gathered together to solve social problems caused by COVID-19. Young people from 3 countries have come together to solve social problems in a new way that is different from pre-COVID-19. Looking forward to the happy changes that the Sunnies from Korea, China, and Vietnam will bring. Shall we begin our journey to help solve social problems? 2020 Global Happy Innovator Project.
So for doing this, the most important thing I think is that students have to know how to recognize and define social issues and as a very first action and analyze it. So they've been took some lectures from renowned experts about the social issues, and then they studied and did some research by themselves.
We emphasize co-teaching and mentorship. I teach my own class, but I also invited 3 co-teachers. Professor Bong-Ju Lee from Department of Social Welfare, Professor Choi Jin-young from Department of Psychology, and Professor Yoon Sun-jin of Graduate School of Environmental Studies.
During this project, we tried to listen to experts. We could analyze about this problem much better.
I was excited because the plastic waste issue that was triggered and aggravated by the coronavirus situation was something that I was always interested in and something that I wanted to work on, and I was given this opportunity.
So they've been cooperated with global team members by using various online tools that we supported, such as online meeting tool, cooperation workspace, and messaging platform.
First of all, I learned a lot from the Vietnam and Chinese friends. During the joint conference with them, they told us a lot of their country situation, and that was very helpful for me to continue our project.
We have focused on the similarities and differences among 3 countries, so I could think globally.
I think there are 2 important meanings in this Happy Innovator project. First is about international cooperation at the citizen level. And at the same time, there's very important educational goal. This is really innovative global education.
Emotional dictionary and 2 hobby kits for elderly.
Remote technology to support volunteer teaching activities.
Childcare community formation application.
에코 발자국.
27 students in Korea, China, and Vietnam participate in Global Happy Innovator project. They found solutions about childcare, garbage chaos, and Corona Blue problems. They set up a common goal among 3 countries and localized their solution according to local situation.
The elderly that we were doing the project with, they said they were very joyful to join our project. One of the elderly that I interviewed said that she had to live a very repetitive life because there was no actual events happening. And when she joined our project, she said she could make some new foods and she could talk with us like every day.
At first, when I got to this project, I saw many embarrassing mothers. They have to go to the work, but they have nowhere to get their children in the COVID-19 situation. And it was also my mom's problem when she raised me up. So I think it was a valuable project to work for.
Sunny aims to nurture youth who establish one's identity and make a society more valuable creatively and responsibly on the basis of reasonable sympathy. So we try to make students learn those things through a project, and it was helpful for students to solve and define the social issues.
Current government policies are mostly on supporting or aiding the currently existing local communities, but we focused on how to create local communities, and I believe that was the most creative part.
There were various solutions to tackle the plastic waste problem, but they were mostly focused on changing the government's policies or changing businesses. But however, our project is innovative in that we try to focus more on ordinary people and to change their lifestyles in everyday life.
For rational empathy, we did a small survey with our friends in which we asked them to tell us their mentality problems during COVID-19.
In terms of empathy, we understood more deeply that the same emotion is perceived differently by different people and to different degrees.
The most crucial thing is that we could now turn the knowledge into practice.
When we saw the problem that there was a huge increase in the amount of waste right after the outbreak of COVID-19, we went on to interview some people who were actually working in this environmental sector and who had been more knowledgeable in this sector.
Think global, act local. And I think this nicely summarizes the goal of Happy Innovator Project.
I think more students should come out from the books and the classrooms and go on to the community to see what the social problem is and what the community's problem is to bring about real change and actual change in the reality.
It's also been a chance for us to get into a whole new area of knowledge besides what we have learned in the universities and high schools.
This project gave us students that even though we are all going through very hard days, that the society is still connected and the society is there for us to help us.
We have done something very meaningful here, we think. Because China is a big country that is still developing at a high speed, the gap between urban and rural education has always existed.
Through this project, especially the elderly, that this COVID-19 problem can be defeated, and we provided them some kind of a hope about the future.
Our project's final goal is to make childcare community. I have seen the people around me, how they have changed their lifestyles, and if this becomes a habit, even after this project, these people will be able to keep carrying on with their lives, practicing these zero-waste lifestyle.
We host a workshop to spread out our messages better, and for those ones who have already known their mental problems and difficulties, we want to let them know that they are not fighting it alone, and we are here to help.
First of all, I'm really glad to be one of part of this project, having an opportunity to work, to collab with friends around the world to solve the problem during these hard times is really a precious. a precious experience.
They try to find solutions and provide their own creative solutions in the end. This is not all. After all these international educational efforts, we hope that they can become public-minded global leaders themselves.
Our project is not an end. We are heading to a new start.
Looking at the status quo and thinking what we could do for the society and the community that we are living in.
I'm planning to take part in academic club in our school, working on creating social values. While participating in this project, I've got interested in social isolation problem of the elderly, so I'm expecting to maintain my project through this club activity.
Will this project contribute to bringing about a meaningful societal change? I believe definitely yes.
Is making social influence very hard? I think no, because every choices you make and the time consuming in making a better society is in yourself. So if you just consider yourself to be a member that could change the society, like doing this project in Sunny, you can always make the society a better place. And by doing so, everybody that is involved in the social issues you're dealing with would be able to live a better life.
2020.
Happy Innovator project.
Go for it!
Go for it!
Go for it.
Go for it!
Go for it.
Go for it.